what I've learned over the years and what I've seen in people that I have seen is it's very obvious what we should not be doing, and that's leaving out the processed food. That's the obvious thing. But if that's the best you can do, and you're eating real food, you're going to do very, very, very well. The great thing about an all-raw diet is that you're leaving out all the processed food, and it's uncooked. When it's uncooked, what's happening? You're automatically on a calorically restricted diet. When you're eating a plant-based diet, it's uncooked, you're not getting a lot of calories. And there's no two ways about it. Calorically restricted diet where you're connecting all the dots and you do it naturally, not by where you're counting the calories and then put out certain. If you're on a calorically restricted diet, and you can be on a calorically restricted diet and eating food that's not good for you, and you'll still get benefits from it. But it's not the nature meant all of us to be on a calorically restricted diet. That's the way it was meant to be. If you ate real food, no matter whether you were a hunter-gatherer, no matter what you were doing, and plus you take like Paleolithic man. I hear people say, oh, I'm following the paleo diet now. Well, that's nice, but you know, this is not the paleo environment. And when you're following the paleo diet, if you're following the paleo diet and eating what you just bought in the butcher store, excuse me, but you might be in for a surprise. So it's not the same thing. Don't forget game animals, because they're, first of all, the animal is running because you're chasing him. So he's getting a lot of exercise. So you're going to have less saturated fat in his body. Plus you're running to chase after him, hoping you can catch him. So you're going to be doing better too. Plus you're going to be running in a forest with lots of trees, giving off oxygen. And when you're running and panting, you're going to be giving off the right kind of gases. You're going to be giving off carbon dioxide. So that alone is giving you a tremendous lifestyle right there. So then you grab a little honey off a tree, you're grabbing a few wild plants. I'm sure these people recognize wild herbs and wild plants. So, in spite of the fact that you're a Paleolithic man, you're doing very, very well. The water's clean, you're getting out of a stream, there's no chemical there's no chemical pollution from the plant down the block here. The air is clean. You're sleeping underneath the stars and you're looking up at the stars and you can count every star in the sky because there's no air pollution over your head. So you're really living in a pretty perfect environment. So when you use Paleolithic man as justification to eat a high-protein diet in our society, I'm sorry, but that's way off the mark. Remember what I say, what I believe and what I'm saying is that every culture, every dietary lifestyle that comes out of history where people were successful, there's one common denominator. That is that there's no processed food, there was a pristine environment, there was clean air, there was no cell phones, there was no road rage, people getting stressed out driving their cars. You didn't have to go into Wall Street down there and deal with them people robbing your money down there. So no matter what the lifestyle, if you go to the New Guinea jungle and you see some of the pygmies down there, they're eating a lot of tubers. Forget that. It's a clean environment. The common denominator is they're living in a clean environment, eating no processed food, no matter what the diet is. I know Weston Price did a study, and a lot of people in the Price Partner Foundation think you can't live on a raw diet. Price Partner Foundation is a great foundation, doing a lot of good things, but that's the same premise again. You know, they think that the animal protein is an absolute necessity. And for those people that are doing everything's clean, everything's organic, they're going to be healthy. If you're using that as a criteria to justify or to prove that a person can't live on a plant-based diet, well, it isn't. It just shows you can do it that way and you can do it another way. It's a lot easier to do it that way because you're able to consume the animal protein and your body isn't going to go deep into its past heritage and its chemistry. To say it can't be done, it's illogical because there's loads of people are doing it. I'm one of them, and I've been truly doing what I'm saying I've been doing, and there's lots of people that are doing it, so I'm sure of it. I could rattle off all kinds of names, I don't want to do that. So everybody tries to justify what they're doing because they're doing it, and by doing that, they think it negates what somebody else is doing. It's just a different experience with the same common denominator. They're leaving out the processed food. It's harder because you have to make sure you're connecting all the dots. But there is not one answer. There isn't. And everybody wants to say that their way is the best way. It might be for them. That's great. I'm very happy with that. I have no problems with that. I certainly don't think my way is the way for everybody because I've done it all different ways. I've done it all different ways. When I was a young kid, lifting weights, I always ate a pretty good diet. I was always very healthy. I didn't get into this because I was sick. I was actually amazingly healthy my whole life.